Hey guys, give me a second. I got a message from our friend Jace. Let me know if anyone sees this. Anyone here? Um, we shall see. I wonder how many poems I read in complete silence. Jace is back. Well, welcome back, Jace. I was talking about you. Completely to myself. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, Sniper. Hey, Miss Flipper. Working now. I've been here with 6 others all the way. I appreciate it, guys. I was sitting here reading poetry, poem after poem, um, discussing the poetry, and I thought, well, man, I'm really boring everyone, which isn't surprising. I am prone to do so. Have you guys heard any of the poetry that I've read yet? I've read. I started out with Mary Oliver's Wild Geese. So let's go back. We'll read some more. And if I'm repeating myself, if you heard it, just says, I wrote you the sweet poem too. You're going to have to rewrite it and send it to me. I would hate to miss a Jace poem. Nightmare says, how's it going today, Yogi? In chat, it's going good. I read half an hour's worth of poetry. So this is Mary Oliver, Wild Geese. I read it this morning. I'm probably going to read, you guys might be bored. I'm going to read a lot of poetry, I think. Maybe not. Here it is, Wild Geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairie and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely the world offers itself to your imagination, calls you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. Let's see. Hey, Rohan. Jack Henry says, where are you from? I am from, technically, I'm from Pennsylvania, but I grew up in Maryland. Welcome, my friends. So, Wild Geese. One of the most beautiful poems ever written. Mary Oliver. But here's the thing. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely the world offers itself to your imagination, calls you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, and announcing your place in the family of things. If I had a motto for my live streams, if I had a motto for my YouTube channel, it would be the family of things. So no matter how lonely, here it is, guys. Come here and relax. We are here to announce over and over again our place in the family of things, our place with each other. I love the line, you only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Let's see. Fatma says, hello, what is your name? My name's Eric, my friend. Hey, Naneem. Naneem says, hello, Eric. How you doing, Naneem? Nightmare says, we're here to announce over and over again our place in the family of things. Yes. Where is the family of things? Right here, right where your feet are planted, in your body. No thought is alien. No feeling in your body, no emotion, no sense of love, no sense of loneliness. Nothing is alien. Feel what you feel. Be who you are. I had talked about, before I realized there was no one here to, well, these aren't mine. This is Mary Oliver. Jason says, Fatma, hi. I use Jason as an example about being who we are. I'm going to read another one from Mary Oliver. This one's a little bit longer. This is straight talk from a fox. Octagon says, hey, sir, how you doing? I'm doing good, my friend. So this is from the perspective of a fox. Listen, says Fox. It is music to run over the hills, to lick dew from the leaves, to nose along the edge of the ponds, to smell the fat ducks in their bright feathers, but far out, safe in their rafts of sleep. It is like music to visit the orchard, to find the vole sucking the sweet of the apple, or the rabbit with a fast-beating heart. Death itself is music. Nobody has ever come close to writing it down. Awake or in a dream, it cannot be told. It is flesh and bones, changing shape, and with good cause. Mercy is a little child beside such an invention. It is music to wander the back roads. Outside of town, no one awake or wondering if anything miraculous is ever going to happen. Totally dumb to the fact of every moment's miracle. I see you all in your seasons, making love, arguing, talking about God as if he were an idea instead of the grass, instead of the stars, the rabbit caught in one good teeth-whacking hit and brought home to the den. What I am, and I know it, is responsible, joyful, thankful, and I would not give my life for 1,000 of yours, says the fox. Nightmare says, about to drive, so I'll be responsible for once and put the phone down. Well, good. I'm glad you'll be safe. Northern Starseed, my friend. So, I was talking earlier, mostly to myself, because I didn't realize my live stream wasn't working until our friend Jace let me know. So the fox is saying it's music to wander the black back roads outside of town, no one awake, or wondering if anything miraculous is ever going to happen. Totally dumb to the fact of every moment's miracle. Here's the thing. When I first started doing nature shorts, I would take my camera out. Jay says, you were never on your own, Eric. Now you're doing it. Thank you. Hey, Ginger. Hey, guys, just had to take a break mentally. I understand that. So I would take my camera out in hopes of the miraculous. Something so earth-shattering that I was witness to, that I would get 1,000, 4,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 views. Hundreds of thumbs up. And I did see a lot of things. Some pretty wonderful things. But I also missed robins and sparrows. I missed the blades of grass that were beneath my feet. I missed clouds. I missed the breeze because I was looking for the miraculous while I was missing the miracle that was happening right now. Everything, everything, including the beating of my heart, including my desire to see something other. All of that. The fact that I could have such a desire. A miracle. But when I realized that I was missing so much because I was searching for something special, and that the specialness itself was being presented to me all the time, never wavering. How ridiculous was that? How ridiculous was I? So, the fox in Mary Oliver's poem reminds us. Wondering if anything miraculous is ever going to happen, I'm sitting there with my camera, and the miracle is right here, this present moment. Ginger says, how's it, y'all? It's going good, Ginger. Appreciate you being here. So I'm always in a poetry kind of a mood. One of the things I was saying, hey guys, do you have a favorite poem? Let me know. I'll Google it right now and I'll read it for you. Ginger says, reading stories. Yeah, reading some poems. And sort of tying it together with what we're doing here in the channel, what we're doing here in the live streams. I read this yesterday. I can never get enough of it. It might be my all-time, I say, all of it's my all-time favorite in the moment that I read it. This is what I'd liken to Jace, and I'll tie it together again, but let me read it first. Jace says, I do indeed have a favorite poem. I've typed it a few times, so know the words now. Do you want me to Google it? Or, man, if you do another live stream, I'd love to actually hear it. We could do both. This is Galway Kinnell, St. Francis in the Sow, and I did not realize that Galway Kinnell passed away in 2014. He was a year younger than my father. My father made it 2021, fortunately, thankfully. So this is St. Francis in the Sow. And again, it ties into this channel, and I'm going to tie it into Jace. Let's see. Breathe by Becky. All right. Let me read this, and then I'll read that. By Becky Hemsley. I read this yesterday. This might be familiar to you, as I've read it so often. The bud stands for all things, even for those things that don't flower. For everything flowers from within of self-blessing, though sometimes it is necessary to reteach a thing its loveliness, to put a hand on its brow with a flower, and retell it in words and in touch it is lovely, until it flowers again from within of self-blessing. As St. Francis put his hands on the creased forehead of the sow, and told her in words and in touch blessings of earth on the sow, and the sow began remembering all down her thick length from the earthen snout, all the way through the fodder and slop to the spiritual curl of the till, from the hard spininess spiked out from the spine, down through the great broken heart, to the sheer blue milk and dreaminess, spurting and shuddering from the 14 teats into the 14 mouths, sucking and blowing beneath them, the long, perfect loveliness of sow. Bach says, poems, yep. So, here's my take. Only my take. And you know what? I mentioned before, if you take a creative writing class, you are going to be told what every poem you read is meant. You're going to be given someone else's interpretation. It's not true. Here's two interpretations, the poet's and yours. When you read a poem, it is yours, your interpretation. Take whatever it means to you and take it to heart. It doesn't have to mean anything to anyone else. But from my perspective, here, we are here to reteach each other our loveliness. Because the world will convince you at a certain age, I don't know what that age is, but at a certain age, we're going to be convinced that we're not lovely. That either we were once and we're no longer, or we never were. I don't want to say the world, let's say society is going to convince you that you're not lovely. However, we are here to reteach a thing ourselves and everyone else and everything that we touch. Its loveliness. Everything. Why is something lovely? Because it exists. Against all odds, something exists. That this desk that I'm so fond of pounding on and I stub my toe on is actually emptiness itself. Emptiness itself with particles and atoms and molecules vibrating at a specific rate to give the appearance of a desk so I can put my coffee cup on it each morning as I write. It's lovely, even when I stub my toe on it. Maybe not quite as lovely. We can also, at a certain point, and this is where I liken it to Jace, we are told to fit in. We're told to conform. We're no longer allowed to be our own weird selves. And it made me wonder, if we are here to reteach each other our loveliness, I don't know if Jace ever needed to relearn his loveliness, because he seems to me, at the age of 50, to have retained his own uniqueness, his own loveliness, his own weirdness, untouched by society, telling him to be different, telling him to be otherwise. And I hope that's the same for all of you guys. Fox says, what do you do for a job? This is it. This is my job. My job is to hang out with you and my cats. Read poetry, do funny breath work, talk about yoga, and remind you of your loveliness. If Adam picked the apple, you write that down. If Adam picked the apple. I like that already. Let me dive into the chat real quick, and then I'm going to read Northern Starseed. Fox says, I don't go to church, I never will because I don't believe in that. I don't go to church either. Fox says, why are you reading this on YouTube? You should be a pastor. But that's a great thing, you know? YouTube gives us such a great opportunity. Yami says, how many books do you have? I have a lot. Hey, gamer. How are you, my friend? There's a guy called Eric. He has a goatee beard. He has the biggest and kindest heart, but he is also, he is weird. A truer poem was never written. Hey, Death Fleet, you look tired? I wouldn't say I'm tired. I might be a little sleepy. I'm up really early. This is actually getting late in the day for me. Let's see. Our friend Had says, Wi-Fi is coming back today after 12 days. Nice. Awesome. Squall Sniper, my friend. Man, I'm like way behind. I'm reading, it's been a weird day. So this was the comments from before. Let me get out of here and not here. All right, I want to read from Northern Starseed. Man, there were a bunch of you guys. Hey, Michael. The words of my church? Absolutely. All right, let me Google real quick. Hey, speaking of breathe, Eddie Vedder, his song Breathe, one of the most beautiful songs ever written. Man, I typed breathe, the very first thing that came up. Becky Hemsley. All right, Northern Starseed, my friend, this is yours. Ashutosh says, Ashutosh, remember? I do remember. Ginger says, who cares? Just put me to sleep. I'm working on it. Let's see. Wait, do you do YouTube as your job, but you never had any job in the past? Oh, I've had lots of jobs in the past. Here we go. Breathe. She sat in the back, and they said she was shy. She led from the front, and they hated her pride. They asked her advice, and then questioned her guidance. They branded her loud, then were shocked by her silence. When she shared no ambition, they said it was sad. She told them her dreams, and they said she was mad. They told her they'd listen, then covered their ears and gave her a hug while they laughed at her fears. And she listened to all of it, thinking she should be the girl they told her to be, best as she could. But one day she asked what was best for herself instead of trying to please everyone else. So she walked to the forest and stood with the trees. She heard the wind whisper and dance with the leaves. She spoke to the willow, the elm, and the pine, and she told them what she'd been told time after time. She told them she felt she was never enough. She was either too little or far, far too much. Too loud or too quiet, too fierce or too weak, too wise or too foolish, too bold or too meek. Then she found in a small clearing surrounded by firs, and she stopped and heard what the tree said to her. And she sat there for hours not wanting to leave, for the forest said nothing. It just let her breathe. Man, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Man, thank you for introducing me to those words. Let me get back into the chat, and then we're going to read If Adam Picked the Apple. Anything else? Any other poems? This says, Gal, did you go back to the first chat? I did. Yep, I went back to the first chat. Starcy says, hit the like. Thank you for that. Ashtosh says, my age is 15. It's a good age to be. Jay says, Box, who was indeed a high-class male stripper back in the day. Golden long hair and an 8-pack. Back in the day, man. It's a hard way to make a living when you're 59, though. You go from, people stuffing $20 bills to handing you spare change. Hey, Tandra. Ginger says, he was the man, Mr. Yogi was, I was, back in the day. Now, I'm just the man who knows the man. Jace is the man. I'm just the man who hangs out with the man. All right. If Adam Picked the Apple. This sounds like something our friend Squirrel Sniper would like as well. That came right up too. Amazing. Danielle Coffin. Just give me a second. I want to bring a nice clear copy up. Oh, that's not it. Man, I'm having a hard time finding a just give me a second. All right, I'm going to do my best. Thank you, Yogi. Had to go back. My internet dropped just as he started. Oh, I'm glad. Perfect timing then. Let's see. Ginger says, shake that bright white hams of yours. You on that poll. Thank you for the encouragement. Maybe I'll come out of retirement. Maybe there's hope for an old dancing, stripping yogi after all. Here we go. There would be a parade, a celebration, a holiday to commemorate, sorry, I'm pronouncing that, the day besought enlightenment. We would not speak of temptation by the devil. Rather, we would laud Adam's curiosity, his desire for adventure, and knowing we would feast on apple-inspired fare. Torts, chutney, pancakes, pies, there would be plays and songs reenacting his courage. But it was Eve who grew bored, weary of her captivity in Eden, and a woman's desire for freedom is rarely a cause for celebration. Wow. Again, I did not read that. I did not give it justice that it deserved. I'm going to send that to Mocha. Thank you for that, Miss Blipper. Anyone else? Do we got a favorite poem? Let's see. Michael says, so a friend of mine on YouTube told me that what I saw might have been a spook light, which means it was my second encounter with those. What is a spook light? Hey, Songhill. Oh, the road not taken. Excellent choice. I will read that. You got it, my friend. Let me look it up. It seems like it should be one of those poems that we have memorized. I'll read two from Robert Frost, actually. A very short one. I'll read the short one first. It's only a few lines. We dance around in a ring and suppose, but the secret sits in the middle and knows. How awesome is that? However, we're going to read The Road Not Taken. Maybe the most well-known American poem ever. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down, one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Through as far as the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I could ever come back. I should be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged into a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Man, who doesn't love that one? Absolutely awesome. Hey, Buddha. Hey, Mocha's here. Mocha says, my nephew's name is James Michael. I just mentioned you, Mocha. Just a few minutes ago. Everyone here know Mocha? Buddha says, hey, Yogi and Ginger. Ginger says, Yogi Berras was the name. He owned the bar. And nope, you got one thing wrong. It was just a Yogi Berras was the name of the bar. Ginger says, yo, Buddha. Mocha says, hi. Hey, is Bumblebee here? Fox says, can you read me a poem? I will read your poem. What poem would you like me to read? Alana says, hi there, my friend. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm 6 months pregnant, and I'm having a baby boy. His name is James Michael. Nice, Alana. Congratulations, my friend. It's nice to see you again. Janice Soul. Hello, my friend. Buddha says, hey to Jace. Had a headache today. Sorry for trying to get rid of the headache. Don't like taking pills, just resting and reading. Unfortunately, can't read because of writing something. Gotcha. Buddha says, hey to Mocha. Ashta says, if you don't mind, are you married? I am not married. However, my ex-wife is here in this conversation with us right now. She is my ex-wife and current person. She's always been my person. Lana says, thanks, same here. I love you. I love you too, my friend. Mocha says, there once was a man from Nantucket. Keep going. Finish it up. So, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Coleridge. Such an awesome, awesome poem. You guys ready? He kept a chicken in a bucket. There once was a man from Nantucket. He kept a chicken in a bucket. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. What if you slept? And what if in your sleep you dreamed? And what if in your dream you went to heaven and there plucked a strange and beautiful flower? And what if, when you awoke, you had that flower in your hand? Ah, then, what if? Love that poem. Here's my suggestion. Ask yourself, what if? Everything that you dream about, what if? Buddha says, hey to Janice. Ginger says, it's hard to be a married stripper. It took a toll. It took a toll. Although, I think Mocha would have enjoyed if I kept up my stripping career. Buddha says, no, just said her name. Oh, okay. She usually here in the background. Gotcha. Thank you. Lana says, Eric, do you want to be my husband? I don't think I'm responsible enough to be anyone's husband. I appreciate the offer. Northern Star Seat says, a married stripper. Buddha's laughing. Asha says, or hitman. So was I a hitman going undercover as a stripper or a stripper going undercover as a hitman? Ginger says, I will not finish. I have to tame my ways. You will never tame your ways. Lana says, Eric, do you want to be my husband? Well, you have asked twice. You've asked twice. So I'm strongly considering it. Northern Starseed says, did that poem have a F-bomb? It did not have an F-bomb. Hey, here's what I'll do. I'm going to read one or two of my own poems. This is actually from a book called, I didn't write it backwards, Have Faith in Empty Things. Northern Starseed says, third time lucky. Third time might be lucky. You never know. Mocha had to propose to me 6 times before I finally said yes. Jace says Mocha was Eric's security. Mocha says you would come home after your job with a long night of stripping and you just didn't know how to turn it off. Unfortunately, we had a stripping pole in the bedroom that she installed. It was like I was working 24/7. Buddha says, no, what if it is possible? Thank you for that, Buddha. Absolutely. Jace is laughing with Mocha. Somehow I have this feeling that Jace and Ginger and Mocha are a bad combination between the 3 of them. This conversation does not look good for me. Oh man, I love everything T.S. Eliot. I'm writing that down. Let's see. Buddha says, ooh, Hitman. PS2 video game was, yes, agree. You can pass for the Hitman. You two look alike. Awesome. Jace said I just wet myself. Agent 47. Please with the poem Tree. It's useless. I can do that. So, first I'm going to read 2 of mine. This is called Listening with the River. To sit and listen with the river, as the breeze whispers secrets to the grass, and birds sing nothing to the air, but the carried flight of their expansion. The river moves in stillness, while I sit here in the quiet motion of my thoughts, listening with the river. Hey, Weld. Weld says, hey, Eric C. And the other one, this is called The Zen of Maroon. There is no maroon, only thoughts that are steeped in the wine of color, until the moment offers the blue of its expression, and then there is no blue, only the cobalt nature of the thinker. Those are just a couple of mine. I think I wrote these way back 2006. There is no maroon, only burgundy. Well, you should just write that with your own Gennard finger. Let's see. Northern Starseed says, I love listening with the river. I might do a YouTube short of that sometime, Northern Starseed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jay says, wash my hands too. Hey, Eve, how are you, my friend? Eve says, hello to Jace. Miss Blipper says, only the what? Nature of the thinker? Sorry, I couldn't get that word. It's a good question. What did I say? Colbert. C-O-B-A-L-T. Read a couple more from me. This is called contemplating walls. Contemplating walls. As if alone, we wish for distant hands. Yet even walls are embraced by the space they seek to part. We stand as walls before the night, caressed on every side. Sniper says, and the best Burgundy is Claret. Claret. I don't know if I ever actually had Burgundy. Eve says, good day, Yogi. Good day, my friend. Jay says, how much spaghetti do I do? Just me and Grams? It's a good question. I don't know as I've ever weighed spaghetti. I just always grab a handful and throw it in a pot. And then I'm forced to eat whatever it is that came out. It's 12:33. Eve says, on movies. So a lot of these were love poems. One more, and then I'll hang it up. This is called As If the Wind. From your lips, words fall soft across my ears. You speak as if the wind, and I listen, swaying, lost within your breeze. Guess who that was written for? Way back in 2000, probably 2005. Miss Pepper says 150 to 200 grams. Jason Squirrel, Claret Blue, up the villa. Hey Milka, if you're still here, Google the poem If Adam Picked the Apple, because I think you're really going to like it. And that is from our friend Miss Blipper. Eve is laughing. Let's see. Jay says, okay, I've done half the pack. Let's see. 250 grams. Ashta says, do I mean something to you? You do, my friend. Everyone who comes here means something to me. There are infinite things that you could be doing right now. You could be playing video games. You could be watching TV. You could be out for a walk. You could be reading a book. Who knows? I don't know. Literally infinite things that you could be doing. But you are giving me a moment of your attention right now. That's a gift. And I don't take that gift lightly, my friend. Every single one of you. Allowing me a moment in your awareness. How awesome is that? How awesome it is that YouTube gave me a platform to be able to do that, and that someone like Ashutosh, who is, you're in, I think you told me you're in India, right? Stumbled in. This was a while back. This was maybe 1 or 2 months ago. Squirrel Sniper says attention is a currency worthy of exchange. Sniper, that should be a poem. That is a line in a poem right there. That's awesome. Sniper says, Jace, I'm a Hammers fan, so you were half right. Jace says, Squirrel, we both have the same colors, and you're always special. Sniper is certainly special. Man, attention is a currency worthy of exchange. It is. And again, man, you guys have offered me that gift. Some of you guys, like Miss Blipper stumbled upon a live stream at the 5 a.m. And I've had the good fortune to talk with Miss Blipper, and we have so much in common. And she is such a fun person to talk to. Just that odd moment, whatever brought her to the channel. I mentioned before, Eric Lapointe came home, stressful day, tossed his stuff aside, looked at his phone, clicked on YouTube. The algorithm brought me up for whatever reason. Some strange guy talking about breathing to reduce stress. And he listened, showed up the next day. It's been here ever since. Man, synchronicities, meaningful coincidences. So back to the question by Ashutosh. Yes, you mean something to me, my friend. Absolutely. Eric Lapointe, true story. See what happens when you say Eric Lapointe's name? Right now, just moments ago, Eric Lapointe was in a Christmas tree field, taking the Christmas trees. And all of a sudden, he heard his name across the internet ethers. And his head lifted up and he said, "To the tractor, I am needed." And he showed up. Or maybe he just picked up his phone. Let's see, Jay says, how did we meet Eric? We met, I believe it was Burpee Reapers. That, I don't know if you clicked on my stuff first or if I clicked on yours, but I distinctly remember clicking on yours and at first thinking, wait a minute, that's not me. What is this other bald guy working out in his living room? Sniper says, say his name, say his name. And Sniper is another one who, man, I don't even know how long it's been, Sniper. At least last winter, so almost a year. Let's see, Eric says I met Jason at Leo's. It's funny how it all ties together, though. It also, imagine this, Eric Lapointe, if you didn't have a stressful day, that one particular day, if you didn't have a stressful day, maybe you would not have listened to me. I'm not saying you wouldn't have done burpees, but maybe it would have taken another route. Maybe you'd be doing squats now instead. Maybe you'd be lifting weights or whatever. It's just funny that we just don't know where life is going to lead us, who it's going to lead us to, and how things are going to unfold from that moment on. I can tell, all honesty, my life has been blessed by someone across Jace, by someone apart Eric Lapointe and Squirrel Sniper, every single one of you guys. I could say my channel has grown because of you guys. Thank you. But in the bigger picture of things, the channel is here. The blessings that you brought in my life are immense, bigger than the channel could ever hope to possibly be. Pre-retirement says, hello, my friend. How are you? Jay says, you're all family now? It's awesome. It is awesome. Eric Point says, I have my channel because of you, Yogi. I appreciate hearing that. Who knows? You know, hey, imagine, Eric Lapointe, if you had, uh, instead of me, it was a crafting channel. Right now, we could have a Crafting with Eric Lapointe channel instead of Christmas trees and burpees with Eric Lapointe. What if you had clicked on Anything is Possible instead of me? We could have Fishing with Eric Lapointe. Infinite possibilities. Sniper says, I didn't ever do a live stream or watch through vertical screen on my phone, but the first time I found Eric right then. I think Sniper is the first to suggest and agree, no accidents, no coincidences. Imagine, Eric Lapointe, if you clicked on Laradox's channel instead of mine. Right now, the channel could be Eric Lapointe, Hiking with Be Confident. Hey, A35, sorry I didn't see you come in. I apologize, my friend. Northern Starseed says, all divinely guided. Absolutely. 100% Northern. You hit the nail on the head. Eric Lapointe is laughing. 835 says, I'm back. My bad. Welcome back. Jace says, Yogi, your sense of humor gets better daily. It'll peak. My sense of humor will peak, and it'll start declining after that. Mocha will be the first to tell you that Eric is never quite as funny as he thinks he is. As my own jokes crack me up more than anything. Ashtos says, fine Sniper. 835 says, high tide, some patterns yesterday, and day after yesterday. Well, nice. I hope your fishing is successful. Speaking of fishing, and speaking of Anything is Possible, I was hanging out with him on his live stream earlier. See, that's another thing. Stumbling upon Anything is Possible. It's those little things, and the community just grows every time if we're not afraid to step outside of our comfort zone. Hey, Austin, my friend. How are you? A35 says, Eric, trust me, you are a jokester. Well, I appreciate hearing that. I'm definitely laughing at a lot, including myself. Austin says, Maroon, good. Thanks for asking. Glad to hear it, Austin. Let's give a quick look on Austin's channel. Man, I think the last time I clicked, and this wasn't that long ago, Austin, you were like at 740 something, or 640 something, and now you are at 676. Congratulations. A35 says it's getting very cold again, which is unfortunate. That means I can't fly fish because my mom has severe asthma. I'm sorry about your mom. And I'm sorry you won't be able to fish. Let's see. Austin says, how you doing today, Yogi? I'm doing good, Austin. Asha says, bro, you believe in karma? Funny thing about karma is it's not something to be believed in or not believed in. Karma literally means action in Sanskrit. How can you not believe in action? Every action has an effect. Every effect causes further action. So we have motion and emotion and motion. So instead of saying cause and effect, it's really just effect after effect after effect. So yes, I believe in effect and I believe in cause. Although there's only one ultimate cause to anything, and we could just call that reality or life or love or God, whatever word you want to use. Sniper says, the Lords of Karma observed all. Jay says it's near freezing here. It's gotten cold here as well. Yesterday was like 76 degrees. Someone cool says, what is life advice that you will give to newer generations? It's a good question. I don't know as I have advice. Man, I've made a mess out of my life. My priorities were all wrong. I wish I knew my priorities earlier. So maybe that's it. Find out your true priority. Find out your purpose. Not your job, not your vocation, but your purpose. And then relax. Don't take life so seriously, although there's some serious issues to be addressed. But if you approach it all as if you always have to have the answer, things always have to go your way, things always have to be the specific course, it's going to be a long, long, hard road ahead. Relax. Realize that you are not the one who is causing everything to unfold. You're the witness to the unfolding. And work with intent and love. Intent and love are the same thing. I'm wandering my way through it. I'll get to that. Let's stop with love. Fall in love with life. Fall in love with who you truly are. Fall in love with who other people truly are. Not the surface, but who they truly are. And let your life be led by that love. I think that's the best I can do, my friend. Miss Flipper says, someone cool is a great name. It is a great name, isn't it? 835 says, Ohio sucks at weather controlling. It's like Antarctica in Ohio, and it takes 3 months to turn summer. Summer only lasts for like 3 days before getting cold again here. Milk is from Ohio. Asha says, you know the meaning of yoga? I do know the meaning of yoga. Yoga is the means yoke, which is where we get that root word of yoke, and it means yoke as in to join together. Jay says, I never wanted to mention at the start of the stream, but Pops had another heart attack earlier. May have bleed in the brain. He's in the hospital now. I may be away for a few days. Jace, my friend, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sending prayers to your father, to your family, and to you. Keep us posted as you're able to. And just check in. Even if you're away for a few days, if you get the opportunity, just so we can extend prayers your way. Know you're not alone. We're with you, my friend. Someone cool said that's good advice. Ash just says yes. Well, I'm glad I passed the exam, my friend. Someone cool says, well, thanks for the advice. Good night. Squirrel Sniper is sending a hug to Jace. Jace says, we are never alone. Thanks, brothers and sisters. Absolutely not. And hey, Jace, even if you don't get a chance to check in, as you just said, we are never alone. Know that even if you can't check in, we're there with you. No walls between us, my friend. Ashutosh says, have you read the Gita? I read through the Gita almost every day, and once a year I do a deep dive and read through it all the way through. I just did on my morning live streams last summer. Went through the 18 chapters. I picked out sections that were most meaningful for me. I'm not saying the most meaningful in the book or even in the chapter, but the ones that were most meaningful for me at that point in time. I got several versions on the back shelf, and I got several versions in the next room. As well as got Patanjali's Yoga Sutras over here, copy Upanishads here and in my bedroom. So we're going to wrap things up in just a minute or two. Jace will be right back. Miss Flipper sends hugs to Jace. Thank you, Miss Flipper. There is nothing harder than when a loved one is ill or suffering in any way. I've certainly been there, so lots and lots and lots of love to Jace. So in just a minute, I'm going to wrap things up for the afternoon. Ashutosh says, you're a better Indian than many Indian people. Thank you for saying that. But you know what? I purposely chose the title Just a Yogi to remind myself that I have zero status in the yogic world. I'm just a quiet guy who loves to practice yoga, the whole route, every aspect of it. The 4 paths of yoga as outlined in the Bhagavad Gita, as well as the 8 limbs of yoga as outlined in Raja Yoga. Jay says, Eric, I've sent you a video. Is 250 grams too much pasta? But we will find out right now. Give me a second, guys. The question is 250 grams too much pasta? And the answer would be yes for everyone but Jace and Xena, because I see Xena eyeing that up. Xena is convinced some of that's got to be for her. That's a whole lot of pasta. Guys, I wish you could see this. Jace, are you going to, is that going to be a YouTube short? To answer the question, is 250 grams too much pasta? Not for someone who did 1,000 burpees on Saturday and 2,000 sit-ups on Sunday. Again, maybe to anyone else. For me, that is about a month's worth of eating. I'm not sure if I can, Jace. Oh, I can, actually. What am I thinking? I can. Hold on, guys. I can just bring my phone over. I was thinking I needed to post it. Hold on, guys. Could you see it okay? The funniest thing is Xena eyeing that up. Xena is looking at it and she's thinking, what are you going to eat, Jace? Mocha says, okay, just remind me, I'm driving now. I'll send you the poem, Mocha. Jace says, oh, it's good. Hot though. Nom nom. And let's see. Man, I want an after photo too. I want to see how much is left. Roka says you could be juggling wombats. Uh-oh. Wombats have been entered back into the conversation thanks to Mocha. They finally died down. The wombat controversy finally died down. Ashutosh says, just so you know, your stream is more valuable than my mind. Night's sleep. Well, thank you. I appreciate hearing that. Miss Flipper says, whoa, that's a lot. That is a lot. Signature says, hi, my friend Jason Eric. What a great workout by Tandra. Hey, Signature. Signature says hi to Ashutosh and hi to Miss Flipper. Hey, are you guys subscribed to Signature, by the way? I hope so. It's got a wonderful channel. This is actually Signature says hi to Master Sergeant Mocha. This is Signature's second channel. He had to rebuild. He started, I don't remember how many subscribers he had. It was a lot. And it was a beautiful channel. And he needed to rebuild it from scratch. And he is regaining and building back more beautiful and better than ever. Northern Star Seed says, still here, just listening. I appreciate that, my friend. All right. We're going to wrap things up, though. Jason's made me hungry. I can guarantee you, I will not be eating 250 grams of anything. Mocha says hi to Sig. Jay says I'm twisting the fork like crazy. Man, that's going to be a workout, just lifting the fork that many times. Signature says hi to Northern Starseed. She's extending a salutation back. Signature says, I'm always happy to hear your wisdom words. Adam says, nice said. And thank you, Signature. As I was talking about your channel, and I mentioned before, it's an absolute beautiful channel. Signature takes you on a journey. It's just like he's welcoming you to his town, taking you with you. Once I fell in the void. It's a good place to be. It is a good place to be. Everything starts from the void. You fell into your beginningness. Signature says hi to Adam. Adam says forklifting exercises. It is a forklifting exercise, that's for sure. Nice to see you, Adam. Sniper says, catch you later, Eric. Folks, Adam says hi with a watermelon and a smile on your face. All right. So, guys, I got to wrap things up. I appreciate you coming in. For the people who just arrived, I apologize. It's been fun. Man, I really enjoyed reading the poems and everyone bringing me the poems that they loved. Feel free to do that any day. I will stop any conversation and read a poem. Or, hey, if it's a spiritual passage, if it's a prayer. I once had a great conversation with our friend Destiny Forever Walks PhD and Odom, and we traded our favorite psalms. They were much better at it than I am. I don't know that many. The ones I do know, they'll bring me a great deal of peace. All right. So, Jace says, peace and love. Peace and love to you. Jace, you're in my prayers, my friend. Your father, you, and your family. Take care, guys. I'll see you later. I'll be back. 5-ish. Asha says, bye. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, absolutely, Jace. Please ring the bell for Pop's recovery. This is for Jace's father. Recovery bell, sending out healing and loving vibrations. Follow that sound. This is a Tibetan meditation bell. And it is sending love, healing love, Jace's father. Blessings, guys. Adam says, Violet's so blue, so is the mercy, and God loves you. God loves you all. Thank you for that. Great way. Great way to end the live stream, my friend. Ashutosh says, good night. Adam says, sounds healing. It is. Thank you, guys.